Good morning, seekers of the truth, awakening ones. Awakening because if you're looking at this face here, you're trying. You're trying. You've at least recognized that you're trapped in some kind of matrix. I got good news. People in the past have known this before. He left us instructions. Some of it has been corrupted, and well, the matrix does what the matrix does. It hides things. But there's instructions on how to, well, experience that which you are. This in here can't do it on its own. Just can't do it on its own. It needs to think properly. And you've noticed that this out there, everything out there is a vibration. This over in here, it's a vibration. Well, in order to access this help that I say, you gotta actually ask the maker of all that properly in order to experience that which you are. Oh, and by the way, I switched to a different phone because I was working on my work phone, and this is an older phone, and I like the way my voice sounds on the other one better, but maybe I'll buy a mic. I don't expect these videos to be seen by too many people because the matrix is very strong. And this information has been suppressed, corrupted, changed, and it's very strong. The reincarnation process is strong. And those who want to end the reincarnation process or even just gain better control of your next life or this life, it's very strong. I don't claim to have control of this life. People talk about the blueprint. Yes, the blueprint. I came into this world remembering making my own blueprint. Well, the memories didn't really start until I was about 9 or 8. In fact, I don't remember anything because my upbringing, I just blocked everything out. And thinking about now, I may be a walk-in because I don't remember nothing before 8. Nothing. Well, I can't really say nothing in a couple seconds. Family members have tried to say, do you remember when? No. Even right away. It was right away. It was boop, gone, boop. Anyway, as part of the dealings with people who are talking about narcissism, my father was a pretty big narcissist, but I find that, well, part of it can be pretty useful because the narcissist tries to put in here things that, well, aren't coming from you, and if you follow the process that I say, it's kind of useful to, because when you're trying to figure out that you're dealing with a narcissist, and you look and you say, look at this person trying to put these ideas in my head, and you can identify those ideas as not being your own. It didn't really come from what you would normally think, and they try to change what's going on in reality inside your head. And Anyway, I found, looking back, I find it could be a little useful. Painful, but a little useful. Because what they're trying to do to you. Anyway, the instructions are there. But you gotta get the brain to think properly, and you gotta recognize it's just the brain. It might not think properly. So, the universe gave us the instruction. It's called the Gayatri mantra. The Gayatri mantra asks the source, not sources, the source of all things to assist its brain to think properly. But the Gayatri mantra has to be pronounced properly because it works with Sanskrit. In Sanskrit, legend has it, or mythology, or I just call it that because I can't confirm it. But Sanskrit, what they say, came from the rishis. And the rishis sat down and asked the universe, what is this called? And it allowed the universe to vibrate in a particular way. And that's what they said the word would be. The universe told me it was this. So the vibration is this sound. So that's legendary. That's how the Sanskrit language was created. So it's a language of the universe's sounds. And the universe's sounds are that which is emanating from the Creator. So, in other words, this is what the Creator says to call everything, and this is how you're supposed to speak to me in these vibrations. Now, when I was young, I'll start going into my research into the Gayatri mantra, which started before I actually learned the Gayatri mantra. The only prayer that I was able to ever say in my whole life was, "Oh Lord, would you please make my brain think properly?" That's all I ever asked for, was God to make my brain think properly. Nothing else ever seemed right to ask God for. So, this is what the Gayatri mantra says. Believe it or not, I encourage everybody to read what people have to talk about what each individual word means. But you got to apply it to yourself, the human. It means a lot of different things, but what does it mean to a human? Anyway, my research started when I was about 14, maybe 15. I was drawn to read this book about Sanskrit. I was reading a lot about all sorts of occult things and seeing what people say, because I had a burning desire to know what God was. And just read everything that was in my path about God, all the Bible literature, the Quran, everything. And we had a book about the creation of classical Sanskrit and how it came from Vedic Sanskrit. And I kind of like to say I was divinely inspired to read these things. And the divine inspiration had me read this. And in fact, you may call it the Spirit of the Lord. A spirit dedicated to the Lord's work. Maybe someday I'll tell you about why I would say that. Anyway, so frankly, Sanskrit is so complex for this brain here. The writing methodology that they use, and oh my God, it's just too much for my brain. Just too much. It's a wonderfully complex language. What did stand out? Because of my name, the PH in my name stands out and pointed out by the divine spirit. So look at that. Look, they took out a modifying character that turns the H sound into an F sound. And I can only assume that, or maybe the writer said that they did that because they have a character that for F sound, so they didn't need this other modifying character to make the H sound like an F. This is important because everybody in the world, sorry if I'm going to offend you, but you didn't do your research quite far enough. Everybody in the world pronounces the Gayatri mantra with a na sound. You can ask any Hindu, anybody who understands the Hindi language. Nah means never. Naf means now. This is how strong the matrix is in deception. Even the people who are trying to drop the veil of Maya and know what they are, knows Hindi, still ignore the na and the naf. That's probably because the way you can put the words together, some people kind of put the words together a little bit wrong. But Spirit of the Lord brought me to see Dayananda, Swami Dayananda Saraswati. And let's see, it was 2008 or 9, before I went to go to Kathmandu. It could have been after, maybe after. I was going to his Gurukulam before and after I went there. Anyway, so his yogi actually taught me how to meditate properly. Anyway, I'm trying to tell you guys exactly what he told me, but anyway, let's go back to the Gayatri. The Gayatri is a description of the creative sound Om, Bhurabhuva Sva, through the 3 lokas. Well, it extends out to 7 lokas, but it's the base, middle, and upper loka, and everything in between. Tat is that thing that emanates through all things, the Creator. Savitor is energy, the intellect of the energy that comes through everything. Everything. It includes you. Varenyam is the only thing that's worth worshipping. Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi. Bhargo is the area where thoughts happen. Devasya, to bring into. Dhimahi, my intellect. Diyo Yonaf Prachodayata. That means everyone and me now. Now is important because what you're asking for is outside of time and space. So you have to say right now. Not any now, not never, but right now. Illuminate my intellect with your divine intellect, with your divine wisdom, with your divine knowledge. Illuminate my intellect and everyone else's intellect right now. Prachodayata. Assist my actions with the enlightenment that you're giving me, or the clarity that you're giving me. Read everybody else's stuff. But when I went to see Dayananda, and it was asked for me to explain the Gayatri mantra. And he would talk to, I had read three books and a bunch of seminars of what people were talking about the Gayatri mantra. I was really drawn to it. And I understood that, hey, this is in another language, what the prayer that I've been saying the whole time, but more precise. Even though the words mean galactic things by themselves and whatever, it's really interesting. Anyway, but Dayananda, when I went to see him, it was asked for me to describe the gayatrimantra. He said everything what everybody else said, except when it came to this word nah. Everybody's saying nah. He went on a tangent. He said, "Hey, why does everybody say never enlighten me? Nah means never. Everybody's saying never enlighten me, never enlighten me, never enlighten me. Everybody's saying never enlighten me. All over India saying no, don't ever enlighten me." They're saying. He said, "My family is the keeper of this language and this mantra. The word is naf, because nah means never. Naf means now. It's now. You have to have it now, not never." Anyway, so I took it to heart, and I said, "Hey, I remember from reading back about when they made classical Sanskrit and what they tried to simplify it and stuff. And all right, I'll go with that. Probably I practice it like twice a day at least. I can't tell you, it's always now, so it's always now for me. It's now. Anyway, so practice it for a couple years, and I noticed something really interesting. My mind cleared up, the static cleared up in my mind. Songs I listened to thousands of times before, never could understand what it was saying, but my mind is clear now. And thousands of times I've listened to these very same songs. I can hear the music, not the music, the words. I can hear the words. I can make out the words. It was like the static was just turned off. Now I can actually hear the words, all of the words, clearly. Help this brain think properly. Turn that static off. This is important. This is preparation to actually being free from the matrix, because you need this to think properly. You're dealing with this. You need this, can't force this to think properly, so you need help from the Creator to get this to think properly. Anyway, hope this helps. I highly recommend the Gayatri mantra. The one stuck in the matrix needs help from the creator of the matrix. And the brain can't help you escape from the matrix. It is the matrix. It's in the matrix, therefore it is the matrix. I will try to continue my talk on why that is. Good luck, Jagatis, the ones who are stuck in the matrix. Hey, say something in the comments. Like, subscribe. Say hi. Bye now.